You're listening to Hello, Good Life, the podcast where we help you define what your good life means to you. We're diving into the nitty-gritty of creating an intentionally good life that you love, from the good, the bad, to the downright ugly, and everything in between. Here's your host, Shay Rubsky.
Hey. I am so excited to be coming to you today. I actually was trying to think very hard, like real hard, about what I wanted to share with you today, because a part of me wanted to have something that was super structured, super consistent. Every single topic needs to be known. Every single thing needs to be mapped out 3, 4, 5 weeks ahead of time. But sometimes you just need a conversation. You just need somebody who will say, I give you permission. And so today's podcast will not be something super long. It won't be something that is out of the ordinary. It's just going to be me talking to you, letting you know that you are not alone, letting you know that you get to make these choices and you get to do things differently, and you get to give yourself permission to show up how you want to show up. At the time of this recording, the weekend previously, we were at a softball tournament for my daughter, and she was playing with her friends and a team that she might possibly be on in the future. It depends. It's her decision. But this weekend, I went in with no expectations, and I just wanted to show up as me, as who I am, as not even just the most authentic version of me, because I feel when you get in front of a bunch of people that you aren't super close with, you're a bit awkward. And even my bestest and closest friends know I'm awkward. I'm real awkward. And that's okay. I own my awkwardness. I love my awkwardness. I accept all of it because that is a part of who I am. But it was so cool to see me just come in there without this expectation to be liked, without this expectation that I need to make new friends. And I actually said to one of the moms on, I forget what day, but I said, hey, thanks for talking to me. I know I'm a little awkward. I'm a little nervous coming into a group that I haven't been with. And I'm just going to show up and do the goofy me that I am. And she goes, and I love that. And it was so cool for us to connect. And then we had great conversations for the next day or two, and we laughed and we got to know each other. And it was just very cool because A, I didn't try to be anything that I wasn't. B, I gave myself permission to own my goofiness, and I did. And C, I think that we forget that we're all human and that we all have these pieces of us that we don't necessarily not everybody gets to see. Now, of course, they aren't going to see me as if they've known me for years, or that comfort level of my closest friends now where I can be sarcastic and they know, oh, she doesn't mean anything by that. Or, oh, wow, she's kind of spicy. But it was nice because I got to meet and talk and chit chat and just be. And I got to laugh and enjoy the company of these people because I gave myself permission. So this is something I want you to think about. Where are you changing who you are? Where are you pushing yourself back in and not allowing yourself to be you, giving yourself the grace that you need to show up as you? And just do 1%. If it feels uncomfortable, it's only going to take that 1%. And I know, as somebody who is a recovering people pleaser, as somebody who wants just to make everybody happy, to keep the peace, I'm somebody who also sees things differently. So I am pretty good at reading emotions. And because of my human design, because of who I am, I want to tell people, hey, you have a blind spot. You're not seeing this. And I want to overstep, but I know that if I do that, it won't be well received. So if you're I just can't be that person, okay, take 1% action. And by the end of the year, you're going to be almost 37% more authentically you, or 37% better. I actually really think about how I want to show up with my health and with my wellness. And I say, if I can just do 1% better every single day, I'm going to have massive, 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 massive change. And it might not be perfect. There are days I'm going to backtrack. We ate out most of the weekend because we were in a hotel. I did not plan well enough to bring healthy snacks, and I did go backwards. However, I am back on my health wagon now, and I gave myself grace to say, hey, you were in community. You were with your daughter's friends. You got to hang out with friends and make new friends. And you just got to be present in that moment, and that is okay. So it's about the 1%, but it's also about giving yourself grace. But again, I want to say this, don't make grace be an excuse. I knew this weekend we were going to be eating not the best because I did not plan. So now this week, it's me taking better care of myself this week because I know I did not do the best with that this past weekend. So it's about taking a lunch break and maybe walking on the treadmill, or maybe tonight going to work out after I'm done working. So it really is just giving yourself permission to do life in a way that works for you. It's allowing yourself to also give yourself grace, but do not turn your grace into excuses, not doing what you should be doing based on your goals, not what Aunt Frida wants you to do, not what Uncle Bob, not what mom or dad or anybody else wants you to do. You have to remember that this is your life. If you have children, you are an example to those kids. What example are you setting? That's something that I'm doing my best to live by more and more and more. And it's also, how do I want to show up and what's the legacy that I want to leave? So I'm starting to really be more conscious of, am I being a positive influence? That doesn't mean that I'm being positive all the time. I think when you get into that place of over positivity or yeah, hoorah, that gives you this false sense of life. And so, yes, you can say, we'll take what comes our way and we will make lemonade out of lemons, but also just making sure that you are, I don't know what the word is. I don't like the word realistic because I feel like when you live in just that, only that place of realism, then you really can't push yourself to hit goals or set better goals or push yourself out of your comfort zone. So I wish that there was some word in between like positivity and the realism that you can kind of meet in the middle. If you can think of that word, comment below if you are on my website listening to this, because I cannot think of the word right now, and that's going to drive me crazy. But really, just that middle ground of understanding that life happens and you get to feel those feelings. And then also the still needing to take the action to push yourself forward. So I'm going to leave that as my end note. Really take the action. Allow yourself to feel, take the time to do that 1% better each and every day and see where you are in a week, in a month, in 3 months, and just notice the difference within you and your confidence in yourself with owning and doing what you say you're going to do. All right. Thanks so much for being here today. I would love it if you got value out of this. Please leave a positive review. Please leave a comment. I absolutely love hearing from you. And thanks so much. I will chat with you soon.
Thanks for listening to Hello, Good Life. To connect more with us, check out soulfueledlife.com.